What's up, Planeswalkers? Another day, another deck, and today we're going to be playing Aggro Birds from Mythic Mike. If you haven't checked out the channel, definitely do so. And he was playing this deck with Empyrean Eagle. White-blue gives all your other flying creatures +1/+1. And then we've got a ton of other things that either produce flyers or are flyers, including Shelter by Ghost, Plumecreed Escort, which I've used before, and then Requisition Raid, which is an awesome card. Can Azorius Flyers, Aggro Birds really make an impact in Mythic? Let's see. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're on our way to 1600 still. Alright, this is a decent hand. And hopefully we got enough to kind of combat what our opponent's putting down. Ruin-Lurker Bat. Opponent showing a mountain though, so they might be playing some mono red shenanigans. As long as that Ruin-Lurker Bat sticks, we have the Plumecreed Escort that we can just hold off on and give our creatures hexproof or anything like that. Alright, Soulstone Sanctuary, Nova Hellkite. Okay, so they're going big mono red here. We can go ahead and escort here. Make sure that we protect our creature with hexproof. We now have 3 damage on the board. We're not going to block. Not going to do that, opponent. Ooh, Seam Rip is a good one there. Let's go ahead and throw down the Miner's Guidewing and swing out. There's going to be a slow burn until we can get an Eagle down. If we get an Eagle, I should say. Alright, what's opponent doing? If they play a creature, we can always Sheltered by Ghost. If they play one with 2 or less mana cost, we have the Seam Rip. White just has so many different ways to get rid of creatures. Well, Tarian Mauler. Let's throw down the Plains, and I think we just go for a Shelter by Ghost. Let's get the most bang for our buck, and probably go on the 2/1. Yep, it's going to get +1/+1, and we're going to kidnap it, or ghost nap it, and swing out. Boom, boom, boom. Opponent down to 11, pass the turn. Alright, Moo Cow, what do you got for us? Nothing. Moo Cow saw enough, and on to the next one. Alrighty, D-Bid 17, what do we got next? Okay. Miner's Guidewing. I think this is a keep. I think we just go with it and hope for the best. We've got some removal spells. Opponent showing Azorius though, and recently that's not been a very good thing for low drop spells. At least we have Sheltered by Ghosts and we have Plumecreed Escort. Opponent laying down the Plains. So this deck does have like Clayfire Bricks. They've got a few other things. They could be running Get Lost. Probably, what was it, the Analyze here? Or Consult the Star Chart. That's what it is, not Analyze. I was thinking Analyze the Pollen. Yeah, Consult the Star Charts they have. And hopefully, like I said, we can stop them. If they have a target spell like Perilous Snare, we have the Escort. This is the real test, I feel like. Well, there's Clayfire Bricks. Opponent gains 2, gets a Plains. Alrighty. Cavern of Souls, Plains. I think we just lay that down and Seam Rip. That way we can hold up the Plumecreed Escort and hope for the best. Alright, what does opponent got? There's the United Battlefront. Umbreon's invested in this fight too. She's over here meowing. I don't know if y'all can hear her. Ooh, they whiffed. Nice deck, opponent. Alright, Cavern of Souls. I think we just named Bird here, right? Mockingbird we can have enter as a copy, and then we're good from there. hold up Plumecreed, I guess. Alright. Synthesizer. Well, we've got the Sheltered by Ghosts. We can take that. But, okay, they put both on the bottom. We've got hope. We've got hope. Let's lay down the Healer's Hawk. Let's put down the Sheltered by Ghosts on one of these. Take the Synthesizer, swing out. Next turn they have 5 mana, so they could pay for like a Perilous Snare through the ward. Well, never mind, not 5 mana yet. We might be able to get a little bit more damage in. We really need a Eagle or put a +1 on all of our creatures. Well, Braided Net. That's going to slow us down quite a bit. Okay, Restless Anchorage. That's good for us. Too bad Braided Net is a 3-drop. Never have I wished that that card was less than a 3-drop. Okay. Opponent took their time to activate the Braided Net, and we still get our damage through. So we might be able to sneak in a few bits of damage if they keep doing that. There's the Perilous Snare. Well, opponent's not going to be happy about this. Let them go ahead and target. And then once they target, Ward 2, pay it, and then we go ahead and Plumecreed, and we've got some extra damage here too. So we're going to have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage with the Anchorage. And then we can map to increase our Anchorage, right? To a 3 the next turn. That should be enough. I don't know, we'll see. There's our plains. Opponent's probably going to tap down our land, but maybe not. I mean, we're going to move to combat. Does opponent let us go by? They do. Well, maybe they got like a split up. That's why they were tapping. Opponent goes down to 4. Pump up the Anchorage. Well, there's our raid, so we can put a +1/+1 counter on it. Just hope that opponent doesn't have like an Ultima or something. Well, Ultima would end the turn. It would get rid of all theirs too. Maybe. Hopefully they do have an Ultima and they use it. Oh, come on, opponent. Come on, opponent. Alright, what are they doing? Proudgen Relic. They draw a card. Do they have the Star Cage? Yeah, they're looking at everything. Everything's below 2. Yep, Star Cage. Well, nothing we can do about that. They're gonna get the Synthesizer. Maybe we can still sneak in the damage. Nice deck. Do you see the line for us, opponent? So I think we still win because, I mean, in order to win, we have to fire this up and then activate the Requisition Raid and hope that opponent then goes ahead and Braided Nets, but we still get to put a counter on it, and we can just destroy their Braided Net rather than Synthesizer. But if they tap down our creature, we just attack next turn if we make it. So I think that's the best bet. Alright, opponent's looking. Can they not tap down the Anchorage? I would say they should. Well, it's a non-land permanent, but ours is a creature. Oh yeah, I guess they probably can't. Oh hey, easy like that, we win. And on to the next one. That was a interesting win there. let's see what we get next. We've got Eagle in hand, we've got the Healer's Hawk, we've got Seam Rip. I think this is a decent matchup for us. Well, we don't even know what opponent has. We can throw down the plains and hold up the Plumecreed Escort too. We need an additional land to get down the Eagle. Opponent probably has some kill spells considering they're showing Golgari. Do they try to take out the Healer's Hawk though? It's best for us if they do. No patience, bitter triumph. Galta going in the graveyard. We're facing a reanimate deck. Well, Sheltered by Ghosts isn't what we're looking for. I mean, it's good to have, but not what we're looking for here. I don't know how this is going to go for us. Fear of missing out. Well, that's good. We have a target at least for the Sheltered by Ghosts. There's our Verge too, so I think we throw down the Shelter by Ghosts. I'm gonna double down on the Healer's Hawk just to make it so we have 2 2/2s. I know we would have gained more life if we would have put on the Plumecreed, but I don't know what opponent's got here. Well, Zombify? No, Belligerent Youngling. Okay. Well, we can now Empyrean Eagle into Seam Rip. Everything gets +1/+1. We take their Youngling. Swing out. Opponent's down to 6, and we're showing lethal. This was highly improbable, and we've gotten there. Well, Rakdos joins up. They've got 2 cards in hand. How many creatures could they have? None. Well, I think we just win here. Yeah, like we win, so we just swing in and attack. Easy peasy. Okay. Well, on to the next one. Abomination. With the Sepharoth logo? Are we playing a Sepharoth deck? If they are not playing Sepharoth, then this is a waste. I kind of think we keep this. Alright, Snarling Gorehound. We probably just want to go starting town, right? Into the Guidewing. It hurts us a little bit, but it's not too bad. I do like those lands. This is the battle of the 92%ers here. I wonder if we're both trying for 93. I hate how many wins it takes to get up to 93, because I've gone like, I think 3-1 with this deck so far, and it's like, oh, here I am still stuck at 92%. Swing out, deal 1 damage. Opponent's gonna hurt us next turn, but we're gonna get a +1/+1 counter off of it. Hopefully. Unless they just don't attack us. That would be kind of interesting. Okay, Forsaken Miner. Alright, opponent. What do we got? Timeline Color. Not Cutter, as I said in like one whole video that I made. I think it should have been Cutter, because look at him, he's like cutting the timeline. Yeah, I think we throw 2 blocks here. Throw 2 blocks, and then... yeah, we get a put on there, and we get a Healer's Hawk, and then we have an Empyrean Eagle. I think we go Healer's Hawk first, and attack. This way, when we throw down the Eagle, we'll be able to get a little bit of life gain in there. They've got Bloodghast. They haven't shown a white source yet, so they could be playing Raise the Past, but I don't know. Oddly enough, this could definitely be a Sepharoth deck. I could absolutely see opponent running Sepharoth in here. Bloodghast. Let's see what they do. I've noticed the increase in opponents slow rolling it. I know. Everybody plays at their own speed, but sometimes I wish they'd play a little bit quicker. It's like sometimes people just find decks online and they don't know how to pilot them. At least when I do take decks, I even look over them and see what does what sometimes. But sometimes I forget how to read. Bloodgust. Okay. So yeah, I think we throw down the Eagle here. We're going to ping ourselves down to 10, give them both haste, swing, go back up to 12. They both lose haste. No, I'm kidding. They still could attack either way. But we are... I mean, we're showing lethal here. They're going to have to put a +1/+1 on something we control. They give it to the Eagle. I think we just take this. We go down to 2. There's no way they have something that deals 2 damage to us, right? Like, Hopeless Nightmare's gone. There's the Sepharoth. Okay. Well, deals 1 damage. They were close. They were very close. But I think because they gave us +1/+1, we still just win. Yeah. What do we want to tell them? Into the void with you. Good game. Yeah, good game, opponent. Swing out. And just like that, there we are. Let's get into the wrap-up. So this deck was really good. I may actually play this just for fun. I don't know how it did so well with so few rares in it, but flying is definitely a really good mechanic, and a lot of opponents don't really have much to deal with it. The deck overall ended up going 4-1 in Mythic. I went all the way up to 93%. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you again. Huge shout out to Mythic Mike. Not that he needs my shout out, I need his. No, I'm kidding. And don't forget, first and foremost, last but not least, you are doing everything right today, and you matter. Goodbye.